Hey, so um, I just want to document a realization that I just made. Um, Somebody said to me that I'm always getting into it with people because I think that I'm better than others. I think I'm better than other people. And when the person said that, I'm not gonna go back and forth with anybody over what they think. I kind of I kind of like internalized it and asked myself, like, okay, so do you think you're better than other people? And I don't. But the reality of the situation is, I cannot control how other people think about me or what other people think. And I'm realizing that ever since I was young, people have perceived me as better than them while I'm just minding my own business, living my life, being myself. And people see me and it's different and they view that as better than them. And I've been taking responsibility for that. And I'm going to stop doing that. That's not, that's something I'm no longer going to be taking responsibility for. How other people view me is their business. I know within myself that I don't think I'm better than anybody, and I am not going to, I'm no longer going to care. Like, it just, I'm realizing that the pattern that I built up was I wanted to be accepted when I was younger, and I wanted people to, I wanted to prove people wrong. Like, I'm not better than you. I am, like, just like you. Like, and so I would put myself in certain positions, like, you know, for example, go to the corner store when I know, like, that does not resonate with my spirit. I don't understand how people just stand in front of the store all day and bullshit and like it just, but because I didn't want anybody to look at me and say, "Oh, she's bougie. She thinks she all that. Like she can't go to the corner store." Like, so I would go, but then I'm realizing like I'm opening up myself because then of course you go and the guys want to talk to you and then you gotta, do this whole thing with them and it's just like I'm realizing why people avoid the corner store, why people avoid certain situations. And I used to look at them like, oh, well, you think you're better than, like just kind of projecting that onto other people, the same thing that people were doing to me. And it's like, no, like I'm not gonna go to the corner store because I don't like that space. I don't like anything that it represents. It's just not me. And then, so I was realizing like, and then like the thought hit me like with this particular person. If I thought that I was better than other people, there is no way that I would entertain that person. That I wouldn't even be in the same space with them. Like, first of all, the way that we met, the place that we met at his job. I wouldn't have even lowered myself to even do that. I have a whole bachelor's degree. What am I doing, working at Restaurant Depot, first of all? So just like realizing like how my attempts or this pattern that I've created and then trying to prove to other people that I'm not better than them has kind of lowered me to their level in a sense. And it's opened me up to like so many different things that are not in alignment with who I am. Like, of course, I made my money in that situation, but like there are other ways to make money that are more in alignment with me. So just realizing like there are some things that I am above. I'm above certain jobs. I'm above certain people. And just leaning into that reality and yeah, it's okay. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like, you guys think I'm bougie? Oh, you haven't seen bougie yet. Wait until I start really leaning into it and really like leading into my thoughts and how I feel about certain things. Because, like, that's when I'm really going to be bougie. And so it's like, and so I always found myself conflicted in these type of situations because I didn't realize that why I was doing those things. I didn't realize that I was sacrificing myself and my higher vibration just to please other people, and it still wasn't getting me the results that I wanted because I was still getting into it with people. I was still feeling unfulfilled. I was still like, in an even worse situation than I was in you know, um, when I was just minding my own business and like not caring about like before I came to the realization that people judged me because they thought I was too like when I was just in the clouds and just minding my business, just living my life and being myself, I was at peace. And it wasn't until I came like became aware and started caring about what other people thought of me, that's when everything just went to shit. Like that's when bad things just started happening in my life. The second that I started caring about how other people view me, and I started like changing myself to accommodate them or to make them feel a little bit more comfortable. Like, see, I don't think I'm better than you. I'm at the corner store. I don't think I'm better than you. I'm here working right with you at Home Depot at Restaurant Depot. How could I think that I'm better than you? But it what it did was it did the complete opposite of what my intention was. It made an even worse situation for me because now it's like you're here on my level still, and you're still vibrating high. You still have your light. You're still doing it better than me. And so that made it even worse because now it's like she's not up here to like a point. She actually lowered herself and I still think she's better than me. And so like I just have to, I don't know. Yeah, I just wanted to share that because maybe it will resonate for other people. And there was something else that I wanted to say in regards to that. I want the thought to be complete because I'm just realizing like all the ways that I have lowered myself, how I have changed myself to make myself a little bit more acceptable to people, a little bit more relatable to people. And it's just, it's not the move. It's not the move at all. So, like, lately I've even been thinking about, like, my hair and how I want to cut it. I've been thinking about cutting it or combing the locks out and going back to relaxing my hair and keeping it straight. I've always been bullied for that. I remember being younger and girls used to pull my hair and they used to bully me just because of how I looked. They were jealous that I had long hair and that I had thick hair and that, I just had all of these natural features that they just didn't have. And at the time, I didn't realize that that's what was going on. And now here I am, a grown ass woman, and these things are still affecting me. They are still a part of my day to day life and my decision making. Because I'm realizing that's why I got these locks, so that I could be more relatable to people. And I had convinced myself that it was something that I wanted to do. And I kept going back and forth with myself. I remember before I started these locks, I went back and forth with myself a few times. And I was like, one part of me, I like my natural hair because I can be versatile with it. And the locks I can't be versatile with. But then I felt like, oh, but the locks are more like natural, and it's like you embracing your natural beauty and whatever. But me wearing my hair straight is still embracing my natural beauty. But because I would get more attention, and I have trained myself to do all the things that would get me less attention, that's really where that whole lock thing came from. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna see if I can comb them out. If I can't, I'm going to cut them, and uh, yeah, wear wigs until my hair grows back out. That'll be like in a year or two. I should have my hair back to the length that it was, like my mid back area. So yeah, um, big changes are coming. I'm not. I can't afford to keep playing these games with people and myself. Like I want different. I want more for myself. I want my inside to match my outside. Finally. Because in my inner world, it's peaceful. I laugh, I smile, like how I usually am in my videos. And that's why people, and that's another thing, that's why people will say, like, oh, you're nothing like you are in person in your videos. Yeah, because in my videos, I'm usually in a space where I'm spending time by myself. So this is like my inner me, like, this is the inner Rashida that you're getting to see in my videos. And then when I get around people, if you're getting the attitude Rashida or the lower, like, energy Rashida, or the Rashida that has an attitude, the Rashida that's constantly telling you about yourself, like, then that's clearly, it's not in alignment. That's not, you're bringing out a side of me that is not who I naturally am. And so just realizing that I'm doing that to myself. Nobody's doing that to me. I'm doing that to myself by putting myself in certain positions, dealing with certain types of people, going to certain places. That all of that is contributing to how I'm being viewed in the world, and then thus, as an extension, what I'm attracting into my life. So, yeah, I think the other thought that I wanted to leave you guys with is I've always known internally, I've always been bougie in my head, I guess is the best way to put it. But I learned a long time ago to not make that aware to other people, like to not make other people aware of that. Like, I've always been like, there is no fucking way that I would ever be anything like your girlfriend, anything. But that sent the wrong, but by me being in the same place as them, it sent the wrong impression. It communicated to them, like, that I'm open to it, when I was just trying to prove that I didn't think that I was better than other people, when in actuality I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, it is what it is. If I'm better, I'm better. It just, Um, so yeah, I'm no longer gonna, I'm not doing it. I'm gonna lean into my fabulous self, and like all this, like, looking, I wanted to say busted, but just looking regular in my videos is gonna stop. Um, I'm just, I'm gonna lean completely into who I am in my head, without any of the fear and the any of the extra stuff. So yeah, I think we're at the end of at the end of this video. And until next time, be well.